Recently, respiratory imaging company 4D Medical signed a 3-year deal with the radiology network conglomerate IMED to expand and cement the relationship. Big deal, you might say. Well, on the face of it, you're right, except there's a twist, because the deal will see 4D Medical establish lung centres of excellence in a nationwide contract where its lung imaging technology will be rolled out initially to a number of selected IMED clinics before it's undertaking a full-scale program. Well, with us today to discuss what all of this means around improving and managing lung health is the CEO of 4D Medical, Andreas Forras. Good morning, Doctor.
Hi, great to be here.
So how many of these IMED clinics will you be rolling out initially, and where to before the program goes into full swing?
Look, we started the project initially, as part of the due diligence with IMED of getting ourselves into 4 sites on their network. As part of the arrangements, we're very quickly going to move that to 7. And there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more that happen in as part of this Centre of Excellence program that you're talking about. And from there, that really puts us in a position that, we'll be getting up into double digits, before the end of this calendar year.
That's fantastic, and really timely at the moment with the load on our hospitals. Will this see patients not needing to go for the hospital, being treated off-site?
I think the number one way for doctors and patients to make the right decision about whether they, are making a stay in hospital, for example, or are visiting a hospital to is to have the right information about what's the snapshot of how is their lung health today. And we feel our technology gives the most comprehensive, richest possible view of what's happening in someone's lungs. And let me pick a couple of examples really quickly. If you're really struggling with long COVID or post-COVID, one of the things that commonly our technology gets used for, really great way to just let the doctor and the patient know what's happening. Or another example way folks are using it, some people are exposed to bad air at their job, so those occupational lung diseases, we're really proving the value of our technology and following them along. Do they need to be seeking treatment? Do they need to be not going into work? Once again, our technology gives the patient and the doctor the information they need as to whether they should be in the hospital using those resources or looking after themselves at home.
I've got to ask, Doc, how much is the deal worth?
So the deal is, absolutely incredibly important to us. It's the first deal of its kind for us globally. We are working on deals like this around the planet, but Australia being our home territory, I guess we've had a little bit of a head start. And we think the opportunity for us could be over time as much as $40 million a year, but the deal as it's penned doesn't have a value baked into it. There's no minimums or no sort of core valuation on day one baked into the deal.
Now, Australia seems to punch well above its weight around this area of medical innovation, and that this is another great example. Has the government been forthcoming with support? Have you found them easy to deal with, or have you just gone it alone?
Look, I think we've been very fortunate in the way that we've been able to interact with the government. Now, it's not always as easy as it could be. I think there's definitely some room to move in terms of how the government actually performs those interactions. But great examples of support we've had. The R&D tax credits that are there for companies to receive 43 cents on the dollar back on their R&D. Also, we were very fortunate last year to have been ranked first in a tender or a grant process the government put out, and we attracted $28.9 million of investment from the federal government in that process. We're also being supported by the Victorian government as a Victorian organisation. So I think that, it hasn't been a walk in the park, but it'd be, it wouldn't be fair of me to to complain about it. The government really has, at state and federal level, has come to the table and is trying to help us, be a global success out of Melbourne and Australia.
Fantastic to hear. Now, was there an aha moment with this, Doc, or was it just a long, hard, slow progress?
Look, it was both. So the story is, I used to work in doing research in imaging in wind tunnels, working out how to work out how much air would flow over a wing and where there would be turbulence, and how we could, for example, increase the fuel efficiency of aeroplanes and other vehicles. And had the opportunity to hang out with some brilliant scientists at Monash Medicine, in particular in the Department of Physiology. And at some moment I thought, if we could take this technology that measures how air flows over a wing, sort of swap out lasers and change them for X-rays and look inside people's lungs, we could work out how much air and where air was flowing and wasn't flowing in people's lungs. So that really was a kind of a defining moment back in May of 2005. So there was that aha moment, but as you can see, May of 2005, it's been quite some years to take it through, get it working on a whiteboard, then get it working on a computer, then get it working for the FDA, and now getting it working for IMED. It's been, each of those is a real step along the journey. But we now regularly get feedback from patients and doctors about how we've helped them, to either live their life or in the case of doctors, treat their patients, make better decisions. And when you hear about better decisions and that leading to better outcomes for people, the journey really becomes worthwhile.
You've got to be a lot better than worrying about miles per gallon for a plane, lives saved and improved. Now, when will the first centre be out, do you think, Andreas?
Look, I think we'll have this first centre of excellence established this year. I'm very confident of it. And, that'll put us in a position to be able to, as I said, have that ramp up happening well before Christmas.
Great. Well, Andreas, for us, another fantastic example of Australian ingenuity punching well above our weight for such a small nation. Thanks so much for your time and good luck with everything.
Real pleasure. Thanks so much for chatting.